380.
Mike's 56. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. On first down, it's Carson, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Good, good. 4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. I got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Switch, switch, switch.
18.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Check, check. 47. Army.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
47 Mike, 47.
Good, guys. 4 down, 4 down.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Check, Super King.
Check back 47. It's a party now. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Got it.
They go play action now. Wilson. Dancing, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Carson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. They run for it with Carson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Check, 380.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Check that one, Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Kill.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Penny. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
The penalty gets them half the distance closer, but they'll still need to come up with something on 3rd and goal. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47. I got him.
Gun.
Check 3. Check the backer.
Gun.
He's crashing.
Hey, he's cut.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Brees. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Brees leaves this one with Kamara, and they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner, coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready? You ready? We go 2 on 2.
On 3rd and long, it's Brees. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll find Hall. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
What? Oh, you got D? Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. He's telling him.
On second down, it's Carson. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to kick points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Hey, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yellow lady, yellow lady.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got
nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
56, right there, 56. Let's get the ball. 56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, 56.
Touch 50, touch 50.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. Myers, the AFC's Pro Bowl kicker from a year ago. He was 6 out of 7 from 50-plus last year, and he converts another one here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
12.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch the twist. Go, 14. One left. 56 is the mic. Watch the screen. Pass. Mike's 50.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Hey, 0. 47 is the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47. Guys, listen. Kill.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point up and through by Myers. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Breeze going deep for Benjamin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he fires one, but incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. On first down, Carson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
One left.
56.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And that will be incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that side.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And some room to work. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
One left. Tempo, good shot.
Here's Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now it's Lockett. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. A very solid gain of 27. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. David Onyemata picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing is Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They run the counter. It's Carson.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Mike's 47. Here we go,
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan. And the Saints will have the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
3 down. Watch 41.
Now Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he finds Cook. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, The defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Hey, football team. Touch 50, touch 50. We got double up.
They run again with Carson. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Now it's Ginn. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Now a toss going left. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
This is Carson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On second down, it's Carson, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
SOS. He's coming. Double up.
Gun. Back. 36.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
It's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Well, going into the final play.